Hey guys, I'm going to document here how we refurbish an American changer. This is a AC 2001 dual hopper single validator. This has been painted, new front graphics, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you the order in which we put one of these back together, because a lot of you guys, and we have been selling some kits, I've got questions because you don't do it every day like I do. So we're going to start and stop this video a few times so I don't bore you with all the assembly, but I'm going to show you piece by piece what we do. Now, I should show you that this cabinet is completely empty. Have the mounting assembly up top there for the control board, and it's been thoroughly cleaned, of course, and painted. So we're going to start with the control board. These use the universal board, not the super universal board, because we only have one validator. If you had a two validator system, you would need the super universal board. So let's start here. What I do is I unwrap them. Be a little careful. The cord comes as a part of the board assembly, which I'm not a fan of. I'll show you why. What we do is we remove it, because we have to fish this cord through the bottom of the cabinet. So you've got three wires. Brown, that's funny, they changed the colors. It used to be black, white, green. Now it's brown, blue, green. So I tell everybody to remember black and white TV and then a green. But anyways, the green is your important one, as that's your ground. Alright, so we take the wires off just like that, because this, like I said, it's going to go in through the bottom of the cabinet. And then you've only got two mounting holes. This one actually, I'm going to get inside here so you can see what I'm doing. They've had so many different variations of mounting holes. You see where the old board used to be. They have a, this is an interesting mounting plate on here. This has got some extra, it's got some extra studs here, and I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do here, because take these spacers out. I think what I'm going to do is, oh, I know what to do. See, I've never had this plate on here. This is a plate for a different size control board, maybe the one with the auxiliary two-piece board. It has a harness between it, and sometimes it mounts upwards of by the door or on the side right here. I think that's what these two studs could be for. So anyways, first time running across one of these, so let's remove it, because we're going to use the top studs only. And you can't get four of them, so you hang it from the top, which is plenty of security. Alright, so we're going to take this off. This is not going to be used. We'll use it for something else. There we go. Alright, this is how. Alright, we're going to put a piece of Velcro behind it there. So anyways, that's where the control board starts. What I normally have here is some Velcro. and it has sticky on one side. The rest of it is meant to be sewn in a piece of fabric, so it's not ideal, but see how it has a couple of mounting studs there. We're just going to even it out here by doing that, so it should sit nice and flat. A couple of the 11/32 nuts on here. Guys, the most important tool you'll ever have in your toolbox is this green handled 11/32 deep nut driver. On some occasions you will find that we even give you one of those if you're a kind customer that's been good to us. So anyways, guys, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to dig out the hoppers. We're going to mount those down here on the other end, and we'll turn the camera back on momentarily, so stand by. Okay, we've got our first hopper unboxed, and what we use here is, on this one, is an 832 by 3/4. However, I have come across some of these mounting plates that took a 632, and I think it's just a different revision. So they're not all the same. On a couple occasions, I have run across having to space this plate above. In other words, it had to come up a little bit higher. I'll tell you why. Once I put the hoppers in with the chute in the door, I couldn't get the coins to line up because the hopper was just a little bit too low. Use small tools, guys, not the big 20-volt stuff, because it's too much power. These little 2 and 4 volt tools are my favorite. Now, show you how easy these hoppers are, and of course these are the newest green stripes by American. Take your cord out. This, whether it's front load, which is this one, or rear load, okay? They just slide in just like that. Now I'm going to have to put a diverter chute on here on both of them, but we'll do that at the end. And then this is our right hopper, so we're going to figure out a way to coil up the wire nicely, make a good sanitary job. And as you can see, the top row, we're looking at it in reverse, of course, right hopper, left hopper. If this was, let's say, a single hopper machine, or if you only wanted to run one hopper, you'd use your top left plug only, and you'd set your board for one hopper. So, alright, let me get the next hopper out of the box, and we'll get it mounted up and be right back. Okay, one hopper in. I have the diverter plate chute on it. Now before I slide the next hopper in, I want to show you how easy these are to disconnect when you take them out. It just has this Molex pin. It's got a little clip there, just like that. Okay, slide in. Guys, the reason I do these to start with on their back is gravity works in your favor and not against you. Stuff is not falling out of the cabinet. So anyways, we're going to put this upward. I'll put the rest of these cables together here, and then we'll get the validator in there and start doing some wiring. So once again, stand by, guys. Okay, last but not least, before I flip it up on its back, I want to show you something very important. Guys, this is the validator plug. There's only one. See how this is hooked up? That's dead wrong. It will not work. Luckily, it will not blow up anything, but all wires on all American changer boards go away from the board. Okay, they never drape across the board. Even your little 2-pin, which is polarized, by the way, your light won't come on unless you have the red to the red or the orange to the red. So I just wanted to show you that. We'll drape these up nice with some tie wraps, and before we power it up, always have your rocker switch to the off position. If some people think the O is on, it's not really. The straight line means connect, okay? I don't know when they came up with that, but anyways, we will flop it up now and put our validator in the hole and get ready to fire it up. Okay, real quick, we are going to put our validator together. When we have the opportunity, this number 1 type of bezel, also known as a compact bezel, is iron. Okay, it's going to do a little more to keep the crooks out. It's not available in a snack style, however. So we have some of these, and we will use them to help protect the cash of our customers. This style, by the way, does not have the backing plate that the plastic ones does. So if we ever send you one and you think you've got shorted the plate, it's not required, and it not only is it not required, it won't fit. So okay, we'll be sure it's snug. Now, one thing I've had a few people ask about is this cover. Okay, well, I took the whole thing off, which was not my intention. This has a little tab. Just get in there and lift up, and it will slide right out. So don't put too much pressure on it, or you could break that tab. Alright, let's put this back together. We have our regular MDB style cord. You put it in. You'll want to feel that it's lined up and ready to go. There's no forcing. If you do, you will bend the pins. Alright, so now we will back up a little here, open the door, and let's we're on the finishing touches, guys. We'll put the validator on, hook it up, and put some. I usually take the box off just so I can better see what I'm doing here. Alright, of course we all know these are 11/32 headed locking nuts. They go on an 632 stud, threaded stud. Alright, let me get down low so I can get the bottom ones in. There's really not much to these American changers. You have 3 major components: control board, hoppers, and validator. You have some wiring and, you know, locking assemblies and things like that, payoff chutes, but just 3 main components. Alright, one more up here by the plug. Sometimes this can be a little bit tougher to get to as I've put the plug on already, but we'll do our best. Yeah, we got lucky. Sometimes you got to take that plug out because it's blocking the hole. Alright, snug those up. Don't have to be put on with a torque wrench. Alright, so now we're ready to go here. I'm going to drape across our MDB wire, and we'll put a few clips here to hold it in place, and that's ready to go. We'll lock it up. So let me get it plugged in, the case, get some change in there, and we will power it up together for the first time once I put a clip here so that's not so ugly. So final test coming up in minutes. Stand by. Alright, we are back, I think, for the final stage here. My door is sagging because it's sitting on the bench. Anyways, we're gonna power up for the first time. Alright, rocker switch to on. Let's see how good of a job we did. If all is well, it will say $36 on the meter, and that equates to how most boards start, because that's $1, a 5, a 10, and a 20 added together is 36. So, alright guys, now here's one thing that's really important. We don't know if this is set on one hopper or two. Okay, so we're going to go through the bookkeeping real quick. You got 3 buttons here. The right one is our enter. So bills, yes. Except yes. Okay, dollars has a Y for yes. Twos have a no. Let's just change it. Whoops. Wrong one. Twos now have a Y. Go to fives, yes. Tens, yes. 20s, yes. Let's say somebody didn't want to take 20s. They were stealing all your change. You could just turn that to end. Okay? But we want it on, whoops, we want it on yes. Oh, my hands are so clunky. Anyways, so now we go back. Payout should be on a quarter. Unless you were going to use tokens, let's say you were going to give 5 for $1, that quarter there would be set on 20 cents. Okay, so we're not going to change that. Hardware. Hoppers. CC Talk is correct. Okay, now see it has a 2 after it. Means 2 hoppers. Okay. If we want to change it to 1 hopper, we always only want to run 1 hopper, which would be something like an AC 1001. So we're going to leave it on 2. Exit out. Alright, now she should be ready to go. All systems are go, so to speak. So let me do this so we can kind of see it working. I'm going to leave the door partially open here. Got a couple 1s there and a 5. Should get 2 out of each hopper. Alright. 2 coins, 1 out of each side. Try it again, just make sure it wasn't a fluke. I'm going to shut the door now because we're going to put in a 5 here in a minute. Alright, 4 coins once again. As you see, I'm using nickels here because that's just what we have. They don't disappear as fast. Alright, $5 bill. Should be able to count 20 here. And I was counting and that was 20. Alright, let's try a 20 just to say we did. And that should be 80 coins. Alright guys, this is an AC 2001. This is very inherent to any of the kits that you may put together, whether it's single hopper, dual hopper, if it was, say, a dual validator machine, which we have them. You would use a super universal board because it needs 1 extra plug-in. So anyways guys, I hope this has helped some of you, and of course we sell a lot of refurbished changers. This video primarily was to show you how to build your own unit with our complete kits, and we have them for every style. Now there's a couple options. This was what we call MEI ready, or it had the 4-inch opening. Okay, when I ask you guys, does it have the 4-inch opening like a soda machine, or does it have the little snout? It's about 3/4 tall, just a little snout there. That's the 3/4, or some people call it a 1-inch opening. There may be an adapter plate, which is cheap, to go from your old Coinco unit to an MEI, and we strongly recommend MEI, and that's pretty much all we sell for these as far as rebuilt. So guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, help a small channel grow, and click that bell. You'll get a notification every time we come up with a new video. So there you go, guys. Doug at Doug's World Tour, amusement vending channel. I'm out.